at hip height. And then the first movement that we're gonna have them, so regardless of what they're doing in the workout, just kind of warming up those movements and going through the shapes just like we do with barbell movements. Just to get used to it, we're gonna start through these movements. So the first thing is going to be having their feet in line with the bar and then sitting down. So they're gonna be kind of behind the rings like this. And then we're gonna have them open up their hips and do a face pull. And then come back down. So they're getting a lot of support from their feet. So they're gonna just come up and back down. So that's the first step. Learn how to give yourself the space to get over the rings, and now you're going to get over the rings. But we still have our feet on the ground with our legs bent, so we have plenty of support from our feet. So that's gonna be the same setup, side of the rig here, down, our hands are facing forward. They're gonna drive with their hips, pull that face pull, and then come over. So with this, it can be a little bit awkward at first, but they're coming over and they're looking at the floor. So just have everybody look at the floor and they're catching in a steady position, okay? So that's the next part. So you can go back to your rings. Let's help you learn how to take that momentum and then use that to help yourself get up. So we're going to do the same thing. Our feet are gonna be here because that's our finishing position. And I'm gonna just straighten my legs out here. I've got my hands facing forward and I'm going to push through like I was kipping on the rings. And when I come back, I'm going to open my hips up. Okay. And that's going to help me pull that face pull. So through and then up. Okay. So let's give that a try. And this rock is a little bit more powerful. And go ahead and get on up and make it into one movement. So same thing. All right, so I'm pressing forward. And when I come back, I'm coming over. And you can have them go ahead and finish in that locked out position. I learned this from someone else. And I felt that it was a really comfortable way to learn how to get on the high rings, which can feel really intimidating. So what you do is you take two 24-inch boxes and you put them under your rings, and your rings are set up to tip a little bit. You have just a little bit of space, so tiptoe height. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm jumping up and grabbing with my hands facing forward, just like I did on the ground. And rather than spending a lot of time doing a bunch of kips and like weak hands, I'm gonna have them just pull up, back. They're opening their hips just like we did. We're gonna do that face pull and have our hips there. So you can break it. I didn't do a good job of breaking that. I kind of skipped step 3, sorry. Step 1 is just getting their feet on the box and then doing the face pull. So we're breaking it apart so you don't have to combine it together. So let me just do that one more time. So here, they're gonna get their feet on, then they're gonna do their face pull, and then they're gonna come back down, okay? So on the ground, we went from practicing the face pull, so now we're gonna do the face pull and just add the transition, okay? Feet are gonna still be on the box at this point. All right, so we're gonna jump up, and we're gonna come over, okay? And if they want to, go ahead and do that. But your feet are still on it, okay? Can you do that again? Yeah, you can do it again. Like right in front of me. Okay, so you see how my eyes went from the ceiling to the floor? And my knuckles follow. And we're just using the box there as thing, but you just don't put your feet here. And you start panicking, you still have it. And then the final step is move the boxes away. And so that way you get used to this. Also keeps you from like going, you stay nice and tight because the boxes are there. So I remember the thing I didn't say the first time was jumping straight up under the rings instead of jumping from behind. So over here, we're gonna jump straight up under the rings, pull into the arch, follow. And so I did a little bit of a foot tap there, but tried not to use. So prerequisites for bar muscle ups is for guys 4 strict pull-ups, for girls 2 strict pull-ups, 1 strict chest to bar. And if they're going to string them together, they probably won't be able to do more than 1 strict chest to bar. So I realize that I teach it with a short kip, but you can do either one. So what you're going to do is have them stand a little bit behind the bar, and they're going to reach like this. Their goal is to jump into the bar when they jump, to have their feet out. And by the time they get here, to be more straight, and then go into an arch, okay? And they come down. And a lot of times just getting a little bit of practice of jumping into that hollow position. And they'll feel the tension. So I want you to think about just, and the second thing is going to be, so that, and when you come back, you're gonna bring your knees up, kind of like you're sitting in an air chair is what they call it, while you're pressing down on the bar, okay? So we're gonna go air chair is what I call it. So here, air chair. You saw how I press down the bar, and I have my knees kind of up. They're not touching me, but they're there. So now you're doing your air chair. You're just gonna extend your legs and do the like press